All right, Coach. After the long wait from being named head coach till now, all the hard work that you and your staff and your kids have done from then till now, what are you most excited about?
Well, I think it's just a chance to play. I mean, we need to play a game. We've been practicing really since March, and our kids are excited. They've done everything we've asked them to do in practice. So now, if they'll apply that to the game tonight, here we'll be in good shape.
Talk about the improvement of John Teener since last year, not only talent-wise, but leadership-wise.
Well, I think John is really critical. Your quarterback position, the most critical position on the field. And, John, he started out great as a sophomore, broke his leg, in fact, in the Crooked Oak game 2 years ago. Then last year, just things didn't go his way. Didn't go the team's way, didn't go his way. I think he lost a lot of confidence. We talked about we need to rehab John a little bit this year, and Mark Little, our offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach, has done a fabulous job of just teaching him and training him and mentoring him. But John has just really embraced. He's smart. He understands structures. He understands what we're trying to do as coaches. He understands the why behind plays, and he's starting to develop a calm confidence about himself that really the rest of the players are starting to follow him.
Who else has really shown the most leadership and growth on the field for the Rockets in the offseason?
Well, I think, Zach Womack has done an incredible job, and not that he's such a vocal leader, but he's our middle linebacker. He plays so hard. He's physical. He's really a type of kid we need here at Mount St. Mary as far as the football program. Just a guy that likes the physicalness of the game. Kids kind of ride around him. He makes a big play, a big hit. It really energizes all of us. Chris Zinn's also a linebacker, running back. Chris is, just a good leader. He's got a great work ethic. He's talented. He really is. He's talented. He can do a lot of things on the offensive side of the ball. We can play him at fullback, tailback. We can play him at H-back. We could even play him receiver if we had to, and could even put him in at quarterback. So, his versatility and his leadership have made a difference for us.
Talk about what a healthy Chris Zins means to this team.
Well, I think he's critical. It's critical that we have him on the field on both sides of the ball. He sets our defense. Our kids have a tendency when he's not on the field defensively to kind of look around and wait for someone to make a call. He gets us lined up, and that's you got to be able to recognize formations, recognize down the distance, recognize personnel in the game, and then be able to get us lined up. And he is really the quarterback on defense. So obviously we need to have him in there, and if he's not in there, then not that we can't play or be productive, but it would be a big loss.
Can you talk about JoJo Reese-Herron a little bit, about his 40 time and what chances he may have to play at the next level?
Well, JoJo's extremely fast. I don't think we've ever had a kid that fast around here at Mount St. Mary, at least the time that I've been here, in the 7 years I've been here at the Mount. But JoJo's he's explosive. He's only 130 pounds. His size is a little bit of a factor. It'll hamper him at the next level a little bit, but his speed, he has legitimately ran a 4.4 for us. In fact, the first time he ran one, I didn't call it out because I couldn't believe it. I timed it, and then he came back and did it again. And he's been consistent of running the 4.40. So, he's a game changer. You've got to have some of those guys, a guy that can be a game changer, a playmaker that can make a difference in the game, and either if you're behind, he can put you back in the game, or he can help you extend the lead.
Going into spring ball and fall practice and getting to the point that you guys are at now, what did you think the biggest areas of improvement were needed for this team going into this first game?
Well, it's confidence, to be honest with you. When you haven't had a winning season in 26 years, you can only do so many things. You're not going to increase your strength into the level you need to in 6 months. And, fundamentally, you're going to make strides, but you're going to continue to get better over the course of time. But really, it was really between the years. Our kids had to start believing in themselves, believing in the coaches, believing in one another. Having confidence that they could make a play, and when something went bad against them, that they just don't melt, that they just understand it's just one play at a time. And I think we've done that. Now I'm anxious to see this tonight. When some adversity strikes, how our kids will respond. We don't know how they're going to respond to game situation, but I think from a confidence standpoint and a togetherness standpoint, we've made great strides since the spring.
If you had to pick one guy that you haven't talked about yet, somebody with little experience that's coming into this year that you think can make an impact within the next few weeks, who would that guy be?
Well, I think Aaron Lamone just got a chance to have an outstanding year for us. He's a senior. He's been a starter here for a couple of years, but I think he's got the ability to be a dominating offensive and defensive lineman this year at the 2A level. We're excited about him. He's a leader. He plays hard. He's passionate about football. He's passionate about Mount St. Mary, and I think he's got a chance to really have an outstanding season.
Coach, finally, with all the different levels of experience that you've had in college and high school, what made this the job, this school, this place right now, the place for you to be?
Well, it's all about timing. It's kind of where you're at in your life. After I left Westmore, I was 37 years old. I'd already been a head coach for 12 years, and I really thought, that's probably about it for me. But really coming here and just falling in love with Mount St. Mary, being part of the mission, knowing the leadership of this school and the direction that we're going, I started looking at this and going, where do I want to be the next 4 or 5 years? And is this a place that I'm going to stay? And then how can I have the most impact? And as the football job opened and I've watched this, we've got everything going for us. So many strong programs and teachers and organizations, so many great things going with the school. And one thing that we're missing was a strong winning football program and tradition. And I just feel in my heart that I know what the school needs. I know what we need from that aspect. And hopefully could attract the type of coaches, the type of leaders to follow me here to get this corner turned. So we love the school, and I just want to make a difference here, and I think I can as a head football coach.